Hi guys, it's Pamela, founder of My Badass Recovery. I never set out when I was a kid to be an alcoholic, whether it was an active alcoholic or an alcoholic in recovery. I never said, when I grow up, I want to be an alcohol addict or a junkie or, we just don't say that. It kind of happens, and then all of a sudden we find ourselves as, adults with this thing that we don't really know how to solve. And sometimes we reach out for help and it's even more frustrating. I don't know if this applies to you, but I would try all of these like courses and online challenges and ideas that were really meant for other people that didn't really have the kind of deeper problem that I had with addiction. There's a lot of these programs out there and they work. They're phenomenal for a lot of people that still have access to creating a choice when it comes to whether they drink or they use or not. You see, I didn't have that power of choice because I fell under the category of the big dreaded word that starts with A. Addict to alcohol. I have an addiction to alcohol. And that doesn't make me a bad person, not in the least. It is literally just a part of me. And I had to understand that so that I could stop trying to use willpower and this idea of using my mind through statistics and information and conviction and, this cognitive behavioral theory, and which is great. It works for a lot of people. It just didn't work for me. See, I was trying to fix a problem that is centered in my mind with my mind. And that didn't work. In fact, it created more frustration and more shame and more just confusion. So I am here to figure out or help you figure out if you are like me. And by the way, if you are, I promise you, I am going to share so much information, so much clarity, and hopefully so much badass inspiration. Because I don't know if you know anything about me, but man, my whole thing is turning a recovered, sober life into the most thrilling adventure of your life. I am all about shifting from this idea of lack and this mentality of what you can't do and what you can't, be, to exactly the opposite. Because that's where I live. It's how I choose to live my life every day as a sober, thriving recovery coach and a human being that doesn't actually have to tap out anymore through substance. For me, it was bottles and bottles of wine. And I love my life. So let me get cozy with you. Come and sit with me in the sofa. Let's talk a little bit. I want you to go through my website, check out my resources, connect with me in social media. I would love for you to look at what my course has to offer because again, if what you've tried before hasn't worked, it may not actually because those things don't work in general. It's just that they don't work for you. Maybe you are like me. Maybe your mind has been compromised by addiction. Maybe it's more than, just a stage of your life or a little behavioral, little hiccup. This is not a habit, guys, not for people like me. And again, I'm not saying that you're like me, but if you are like me, this is not a habit that we just get to make a choice and change. We have to understand addiction for addiction, what it is not, what the real problems are, and what the solutions are. And again, once you tap into this understanding, then you can create a really empowered path to deal with the powerlessness that we do have when it comes to alcohol or drugs. So you see, all of these things I can talk to you about. I have been for this magnificent 10 years, decade in this journey, and I'm super excited to share it with you. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Go and, just go through all the things, connect with me, send me an email to me. I love hearing from you and stay. Because if you are like me and other things haven't worked, then maybe this one will. I mean, maybe what you see here is something that you can have in your life. I hope so. Thank you. I'll talk to you soon. Mwah.